Coming up on 5 Minute News. Tunisian president ousts government in move critics call a coup. Some Americans could need COVID-19 vaccine booster. And evacuations ordered after 2 California wildfires converge into one. It's Monday, July 26. I'm Anthony Davis. Tunisia's president dismissed the government and froze parliament on Sunday in a dramatic escalation of a political crisis that his opponents labelled a coup, calling their own supporters to come onto the streets in protest. President Kais Saied said he would assume executive authority with the assistance of a new prime minister in the biggest challenge yet to the democratic system Tunisia introduced in a 2011 revolution. Crowds of people quickly flooded the capital and other cities to support Saied, cheering and honking car horns in scenes that recalled the revolution, which triggered the Arab Spring protests that convulsed the Middle East. As his supporters filled the central Habib Bourguiba Avenue, the epicenter of the 2011 revolution, Saied joined them in the street, state television pictures showed. However, the extent of backing for Saied's moves against a fragile government and divided parliament was not clear, as the parliament speaker called on Tunisians to come into the streets to stop what he called a coup. Saied, in his televised statement announcing his move, had warned against any violent response. Hours after the statement, military vehicles surrounded the parliament building as people nearby cheered and sang the national anthem. Local media reported that the army had also surrounded the state television building. Years of paralysis, corruption, declining state services and growing unemployment had already soured many Tunisians on their political system before the COVID-19 pandemic hammered the economy last year and coronavirus infection rates shot up this summer. Disputes over Tunisia's constitution were intended to be settled by a constitutional court. However, 7 years after the constitution was approved, the court has yet to be installed after disputes over the appointment of judges. Top infectious disease official Anthony Fauci said on Sunday that Americans who are immune-compromised may end up needing COVID-19 vaccine booster shots as the United States deals with increasing cases from the Delta variant of the coronavirus. Those who are transplant patients, cancer chemotherapy, autoimmune diseases that are on immunosuppressant regimes, those are the kind of individuals that if there's going to be a third booster, which might likely happen, would be among the first, Fauci said during an interview. He added health officials are also considering whether to revise mask guidance for vaccinated Americans, saying it was under active consideration. Citing studies that show there might be waning immunity in vaccinated people, Fauci said U.S. health officials are reviewing data to determine when boosters might be needed. It's a dynamic situation. It's a work in progress. It evolves like in so many other areas of the pandemic, said Fauci, the director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. You've got to look at the data, he said. Last week, Israel's health ministry reported a decrease in the effectiveness of the Pfizer vaccine in preventing infections and symptomatic illness, but it added that the 2-dose COVID-19 vaccine developed by Pfizer with partner BioNTech still remained highly effective in preventing severe illness. The decline in efficacy coincided with the spread of the Delta variant, now the dominant strain in Israel and driving up infections in the United States. Crews and officials battling a large fire that has incinerated more than 190,000 acres in Northern California braced for the possibility on Sunday that smoke columns could spawn lightning storms capable of igniting more blazes. The swarming Dixie Fire in Butte County, north of Sacramento, gained ground on Saturday and was only 21% contained as of Sunday, according to the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection. The Dixie Fire joined with another one nearby on Saturday night, and firefighters have struggled to contain the blazes that have triggered evacuations in several communities. Large fires like the Dixie Fire and Oregon's Bootleg Fire, a massive blaze that has blackened more than 408,000 acres and was 46% contained as of Sunday, can at times generate their own weather, like lightning storms. An evacuation shelter was established in the city of Susanville, and 5 other areas were placed under evacuation warnings. The Bootleg Fire is one of more than 86 large active wildfires in 12 states that have charred more than 1.4 million acres in recent weeks, according to the National Interagency Fire Center. The conflagrations in the U.S. West, marking a heavier-than-normal start to the wildfire season, have coincided with record-shattering heat that has baked much of the region in recent weeks and caused hundreds of deaths. You can subscribe to 5 Minute News on YouTube with your preferred podcast app. Ask your smart speaker or enable 5 Minute News as your Amazon Alexa flash briefing skill. Subscribe, rate and review online at 5minute.news. 5 Minute News is an Evergreen Podcast covering politics, inequality, health and climate, delivering independent, unbiased and essential world news daily.